DJ, come on. Hey, DJ, come on. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on, party. Oh, come on, Fred. Oh, yeah.
STPL. Hello guys and welcome to today's STPL. My name is Kix. I'll be joining you for two series again today. The first series unfortunately had a couple of walkovers. StarCast TV having a few problems with the organization and players and stuff, so was a little bit weird, but I actually started as the clock hit 8 o'clock. Like, how I've never done that before. Like, I'm never on time and today I am. But yeah, today's been weird. I've been feeling weird lately, but we'll go into that a little bit later. Well, no, we won't. That's for me to deal with. Okay, so we have 9 teams. Top of the scoreboard at the moment is iRk 4-0. StarCast in second with 4-1. Ash with 4-1 as well, just in third, not too far behind StarCast at all. Naz in fourth. Wiko in 5th, Red in 6th, Psystorm in 7th, CWT in 8th, and DM in 9th. The top 6 teams will qualify at the end of the season. After this week, we will have a week break. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Now, iRk, of course, are currently undefeated. So can they continue that streak? They are 2-0 up to begin with against StarCast due to some walkovers. So are they going to win the other 2 games? So it's going to be a little bit hard, given when you look at one of the matches that's coming up. So versus Oya, didn't show up, so Oya gets the walkover. Ruin versus DeWalt is the first game, and then we're going to have Ziggy versus Medino as well. So that's going to be interesting. Scan did not show up either for whatever reason, and Oystein got the walkover there. So all iRk have to do is win a single series or a single match today out of DeWalt Medino. Can they do it? Of course they want to go unbeaten, but for DeWalt to take down Ruin, it's going to be a little bit tough. DeWalt is very, very good at PvP, but it'll be interesting to see how he can stand up against Ruin anyway. So let's get into it. It's game number 1, and we're starting here on Blindside. Well, it's game number 2. It's the Ruin, yeah. Okay, starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position in the blue, fighting for StarCast. It's Ruin. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom middle, fighting in the red for iRk. It's DeWalt. Okay, so PvP to start us off with. I'm incredibly tired again today, but hopefully my brain will not melt and I'll be able to make it through to the end of the cast. I've also been feeling a little bit down recently, so That's something else I need to kind of get over. And I forgot to put my stream on Team Liquid. 1 second, I will do that. I started on time, but I still forgot something. I also forgot my, post on Twitter, but that's fine. That is the one problem with doing everything on your own. It's so easy to forget stuff, especially if you've had a bad day at work, but it's all good. Okay, so it looks like Ruin is going to go for the scout first. Both players going for gate into core behind a gas. Yeah, looks like DeWalt is going to scout a little bit later. Is checking his natural for any proxies just in case. But core coming up for both players. I wonder if we're going to see any deviation in builds or if we're going to see the same. Looks like DeWalt and Ruin are going to pass each other like two ships in the night, as Ruin is going to get the first scout. Both players, interestingly, not skipping Zealot. Ruin is going to go for a Zealot first, which delays his core. It didn't delay his core. Wait. Okay, yeah, okay. DeWalt's just got 100 raw minerals. I'm like, how did he afford the Zealot and not have more stuff? I don't get it. I was like, how has he got his tech at the same time? But he just delayed his... well, he didn't even delay anything. He just timed everything out a little bit better, I guess. That is so confusing, though. I don't even know how that would work. DeWalt is up a probe, but that's not the biggest deal. Both of them are going to get the Zealot or the Dragoons around the same time. Ruin's a little bit slower, but somehow Ruin was able to eke out a Zealot when DeWalt couldn't. Now, whether that was from mineral boosting, I'm not sure. Ruin is actually on the spawn that has the worst mining because your worker spawns underneath your nexus, so it has to run the whole way around, but... I don't know. I can't explain that, but I guess that shows maybe some of the difference between like the players at the top level. Okay, DeWalt is interestingly sending out his Dragoon here through the forest. Now, if you don't know about this, if you've not seen Whiteout or the STPL before, these grey tiles are actually vision blockers. So when you enter here, you can't see anything. Unless you've got like an air unit, like an observer, an overlord, or some kind of flying unit like a shuttle, in which case you get the vision from that. But it makes it very difficult to engage straight in the middle of the map at the beginning of the game. So games on this map very rarely are super aggressive early, unless someone what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Unless someone brings an air unit. Yeah, Ruin is not only a Korean, but he also qualified for ASL this season, so this is a pretty high-profile match. Mind Flayer bet on the wrong horse. He thought Ruin was just some guy he didn't know. It's still not a bad bet. DeWalt is a very good player. Observatory coming in first for DeWalt, whereas we've got DTs coming in for Ruin, which means DeWalt is actually in a very big advantage here. As long as he can defend with his observers, he is going to be in such a good spot. Now, Ruin does have his Nexus up already. That is one of the benefits of going for a DT expand. You can get your expansion up. There's not really too much your opponent can do about it until they get a decent amount of Dragoons and a couple of observers. One to sit back home. Yeah, it is just a DT expand and not a DT rush. But still, DTs can still end the game. As if you don't have observers, DTs can end the game whenever. Now, it looks like the probe is going to try and get in, sees the cannons, sees the Nexus, should know due to the cannons being there that it was a DT expand, doesn't need to see in the main to know that. We've got the Reaver coming in from the support bay. Now, the observer's most likely just going to be used to defend. DeWalt's actually moved back here. His observer's only just now finished. He doesn't know if his opponent has DTs already running towards him, so he's just being as careful as possible. But DeWalt is going to actually have to do a little bit of damage. Now, that's going to be a little bit difficult. Doing damage here with Reavers is quite hard. There's not really too much droppable area behind the natural here, although it's not too bad. But obviously the economy of Ruin is pretty good right now. 31 probes to 25. And Ruin is starting to find himself in a pretty good spot with his economy. Now, we've got a DT running through the middle of the map. This is something that DeWalt does need to be careful of. If he runs his observer away and the DT runs in, the game is over. So I hope that isn't going to happen. Now, DeWalt does see the DT. He knows it's coming. Ruin, I think, knows the observer is there, but maybe not. Never mind. I was giving him too much credit. I thought he was trying to skirt around the vision of the observer, but... Okay, that DT goes down. This should give DeWalt reason to push across the map. Now, Ruin, with a missed rally point here, actually running a High Templar across the map. Now, there's not really enough units here for DeWalt to be able to break the front, but we do have the Reaver. That's going to help against the cannons, and there is a lot of cannons right now. DeWalt is going to be trying to break his way through here, and he is not going to stay back and defend his expansion. He's going to defend by attacking. Now, if he can make the Reaver shots count here, he can definitely win this game. The first Reaver shot going down, this Dragoon getting a little bit far forward. Can't be affording to lose units like this, DeWalt, as he needs to pull back a little bit. But there we go, a Storm going down on the Reaver. Storm is very, very strong, but DeWalt is breaking his way through here. But Storm, so strong. Now, the Observer did go down. Oh no, it didn't. Sorry, the Observer's over here. So he should still be okay. The Reaver moving on forward. Another Storm on the Reaver though. Oh, the Reaver goes down with the shuttle, unfortunately. And all of a sudden, DeWalt isn't able to push anymore. Now, he doesn't have a second shuttle already. But does he have a second Reaver? No, the second Reaver is only just now building. And I think Ruin has actually won the game with that move. It's going to be so difficult for DeWalt to be able to break in. Now, the cannons are going to come back up. The energy will regenerate on the High Templar. There's an Archon now, which is going to suck up a ton of damage. But I think losing that Reaver may have just lost DeWalt the game, unfortunately. Citadel coming in, going into his own Templar tech. We've got the Nexus coming up as well. Now, DeWalt is down, but he's not out. There is still a way back in this game. He's not doing too bad on the probe count. So his economy is not terrible. He does have his opponent contained, so his opponent isn't going to be running any DTs around anytime soon. And we still see no Robo or Observatory by Ruin. So DeWalt is still okay. He can still make something happen here. But he is going to need Reavers, and he's going to need them soon. And he's going to need a second shuttle as well. But with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways here for Ruin, we've only got 2 for DeWalt. DeWalt's supply count is about to be dwarfed. Now, it looks like DeWalt is going to get ready to take a third base here. But I'm not sure this is the right choice, because if he expands, that's money he's not pumping into new gateways, not pumping into units. And DeWalt knows how many gateways his opponent has. He knows he's going to have to try and catch up in the unit count somehow. I mean, Reavers are good, but overwhelming numbers will eventually win the day. Now, the Observer does see that there's no Robo in anything here as well. The Robo is still not coming up. Storm on the Observer. Kills the Observer with a Storm. Interestingly, still choosing to expand, feeling confident in the units that he has and the map control that he has as well. And is the Reavers going to be enough to be able to hold this expansion? Because he is currently completely without any form of gateway farm. He does have DTs coming in as well. Now, of course, there is a bit of time before Ruin can leave his base. He is close on supply at the moment. It takes a little bit for the gateways to kick in, and he was down on units before, and there's obviously a lot of supply in Storm and stuff as well on High Templar, but Ruin is in a position where he is definitely in a place to win this game. We've actually got a Dark Archon coming in. Is he going feedback? Is he going feedback with the Dark Archon to get the High Templar? Because this would be incredible if he did. Feedback is so unbelievably strong. I can't think of what else you would use it for in this situation. Trouble is, it may have come in a little bit too late, and look at Ruin's army running across the map here. There's so many units. DeWalt is not making use of this high ground either. So DeWalt is actually in a big amount of trouble here. Now, he is trying to take a big concave at the bottom of the ramp, hoping that his opponent will attack, but the trouble is, due to this area here, the army is just going to come in from one angle or the other, so half of the units aren't going to be doing anything. And you can also mind control a shot with 2 Reavers, as Lucky Noob pointed out, but is this too fast? This Dark Archon is not going to have any energy to feedback, I don't think. He's going to sit the Dark Archon here, but let's have a look. He does feedback once, I believe. Now, the Reavers are doing pretty good, but there's so much Storm, the Reavers have no shuttle to move themselves back. The Reavers getting caught up in Storm, and I think this is going to be game over. DeWalt's army absolutely annihilated here. GG. Ruin wins game number 2. Okay guys, welcome back. We are heading here into game number 3 between StarCast and iRk. iRk's unbeaten streak is over, as Ruin just took a game off of DeWalt. It was pretty close, but unfortunately DeWalt didn't have enough of an army. He didn't do enough damage with his early push, and it ended up with him losing the game. Storm, a very powerful spell. Dark Archon not coming in fast enough for feedback to make any form of impact, but now we're heading into a TVT. Starting us off down here in the bottom right hand corner, it's the Polish player Ziggy, and his opponent spawning down here in the bottom left hand corner, it's the Viking Terran himself. It is the one, the only Medino, fighting for iRk. I'm so bad with the choose prediction outcome. Hold on. Choose outcome. Ruin 1. Okay, TBT, my favorite matchup. I don't have the most energy today, so it's a little bit of a shame. I could have waited and casted this series later on, but I thought I may as well cast this series today. And, because we do have 2 walkovers, and if I don't have much energy, probably the best thing I can do is get through the, yes, I just read something Denzi put on Discord. Just get through the cast, get through both series as fast as I can so I can sleep earlier. And that's all cool. But TVT, definitely my favorite. Fan favorite matchup. Everyone loves TVT. Best matchup in the game by far. Now both players, funnily enough, scouting in the wrong direction. They both nearly saw each other as well. But then Ziggy decided to change direction. He actually scouted the middle first. Well, they both did because they wanted to check for proxy Raxes. And neither of them are going in. Mind Player's not happy that he lost the bet, I don't think. That's kind of funny. Lucky Noob was kind of in chat acting a little bit pompous over the fact he bet in that one. Okay, so both players going for a factory first. Most likely into an expansion for both players. No 2-factor here, I don't believe. Both players did pull out of gas. Now you can expand to the mineral only in your main base, but in TVT that's kind of pointless. And it's not too bad, because you can go mass vulture style and all the extra minerals do help. But getting that extra gas quicker for more tanks is definitely a lot better in the long term. Now, Neo-Electric Circuit is one of my favorite TVT maps of all time, and one of the reasons why I put it in the pool. And I'm hoping we get a good long TVT here, because one of the best TVTs ever played in Brood War is Flash vs Fantasy from the TVing OSL semi-finals on this map. It was absolutely incredible. Such a sick game. From 2011, if you've not seen it, go back and watch it. That semi-final is like the best TVT best of 5 ever, I think. Now both players opening up with a Vulture straight into their factory add-on. Both players pretty much timed exactly the same at the moment. Medinho, his building's just a slight bit further behind. He went for a bunker first before his command center, I think, which delayed it just a little bit. Vulture engagement in the middle of the map. Looks like nice micro by Ziggy there, but unfortunately he is going to lose that engagement. He did spend a little less time attacking with his Vulture, and that means that one of his, or two of his Vultures are dead. Ziggy now in trouble because two of his Marines are in the middle of the map. Marines do not fare well against Vultures whatsoever, and now a Vulture is going to be able to cancel. Oh no, he doesn't get there in time, so the command center finishes, which means he continues to keep his advantage. And he does get an extra SCV for his trouble though, so those two Vultures definitely worth it. But those two Marines he killed at the cost of this bunker, so at the end of the day he only comes out ahead by essentially by one SCV. And that's not the biggest deal, especially given Ziggy got his command center faster. He can build, as long as he continually builds his units up, he will be able to get ahead there. Now Ziggy, unfortunately, well no, sorry, Medinho, unfortunately for him, is only going for 2 factories rather than 3. So that means Ziggy is going to be ahead in the Vulture war here. Both players are going into their Vulture upgrades, both getting speed around the same time. Mines not yet done for Ziggy. Mines will not be done yet for Medinho either. Both going speed first means this could be a very fast TVT. Usually going for mines first is pretty good if you know your opponent's going from tanks, but if you know they're going for Vultures as well, speed is not too bad. Speed Vultures against non-speed Vultures is kind of like Speedlings versus non-Speedlings. One is just significantly better than the other one. Now, this is a huge amount of Vultures here for Ziggy. If he can get in and do some significant damage against Medinho, that'd be pretty good. But these two Goliaths going to be worth their weight in gold. They take a long time to die against Vultures, and they deal a lot of damage. So that's something to look out for if he does choose to push in. But he's building up a ton of Vultures here. We do have a lot of Goliaths coming out as well. Mines coming, or finishing up here. Looks like Ziggy is going to lay a load of mines out the front. Oh, the mines! Okay, mines don't do very well against just Goliaths. Nice moves by Medinho to clean these up. That's going to allow him to move out onto the map with his Goliaths at the very least. But Ziggy doing a pretty good job, laying as many mines as possible. Just trying to force his opponent to just waste his time pushing incredibly slowly. Now, if some of these mines go off, we could be in for a very bad time here for Medinho, but looks like it's going pretty well. One mine almost goes off, but doesn't actually activate. And now the 4 Goliaths of Medinho is going to allow him to push forward. But now we've got Ziggy going into Goliaths as well. So it's, oh, that's a good mine. That is an incredibly good mine. All of a sudden, this is looking much worse for Medinho. Goliath goes down immediately. He surrounds the Goliaths so they can't run away. Look how slowly they die. It's hilarious how slowly these things die. Another Goliath goes down to another mine. And all of a sudden, Ziggy is in an incredible position. Can Ziggy push through and break his way into Medinho's base? It looks like he should have enough, but it depends whether he wants to take the gamble. Now, interestingly, he is going to attack the stacked side disruptors. It is going to take him a million years to break through here. Medino is going to run around the edge. The Ziggy's barracks will see this coming, so you should be able to be prepared back at home. But these are actually stacked. It's kind of hard to click on them, but you can see there's another one here. I think there's actually 3 of them, if I remember correctly. Now, he does break through them eventually, and if he does, it does give you a way into the 3rd base and the main, which is an incredible move. But there's not actually that much stuff back at home defending against these vultures, so if this vulture run-by comes in, Ziggy could be in a lot of trouble. There isn't really that many units. We've got a single tank. The Goliaths will run forward. The 2nd side disruptor is going to go down. Ziggy getting ready to try and check for any units running around, but unfortunately for him, they're already in his natural. They are going to be doing a ton of damage here. Ziggy is going to give up pushing forward. He's lost his will to fight here at the side disruptors. He knows he has to hold on, but he's so far down in SCVs now. Medino, in the perfect move, moves around. Ziggy must have not seen it with his barracks. And that's definitely not looking good for Ziggy so far, but he is in a position to do a ton of damage himself. He just has to break through the final side disruptor. No, there's 2 more. There's at least 2 more, maybe 3. So I don't think he can break through now. He's going to have to wait for Siege. And that's going to give Medino a very, very big advantage in this game. Now he is trying to break through. As you can see, I was clicked on the wrong one. But oh, the mine! Oh my goodness, he's getting way too close to comfort with this. We've actually got Siege Tank on the high ground, which is going to make this even harder. The only thing he can realistically do at this point is set up a contain. Now if he can contain his opponent, he is going to be in an incredible spot where he is. I don't know if he got his siege upgrade yet though. He may have forgotten it. But I'm not really sure where Ziggy is sending his units. He knows there's units up here, but he's just letting his opponent control this area. And if he can control that area, he can win the game later on. Medino is going to find it so hard to take a 3rd gas. And that's why Medino is hiding a base up here in the top left, because he knows that his opponent is right outside his front door. But Ziggy is so scared of another vulture run-by that he's given up position for a contain. And that is the biggest mistake you can make in TBT. And just a shout out to our sponsors, Maturino and eSport Fund as well. If you want to head on over to the Maturino and add some money for free, hit the claim code button and you can go and add 30 cents to prize pool courtesy of our sponsor. We're trying to make a $2,500 prize pool goal this season if we can. That'll be the biggest we've ever had, and it would be really great if we can make it, but if we can't, c'est la vie, it happens. But it'd be really cool if we could break that milestone. Now, Ziggy does clean up a load of Medino's vultures out in the middle of the map. Somehow, their supply is relatively even. But of course, Ziggy is still down in workers. Medino is now going into wraiths as well. Now, once again, Ziggy is trying to take this base, I think. But the trouble is, he's got nothing containing. He has nothing here. He's got nothing here either. And his opponent can technically just run over here if he wants to. This is the problem with not containing a good spot. Now, Ziggy in a good spot now. But he's still not sitting in... I don't understand why he's not setting up a contain. Like, I'm so confused at what Ziggy's doing here. Now, Ziggy is scouting around with his vultures, but he's just moving all of his units around, and it feels like it's relatively aimless. Now, I know Ziggy hasn't played all that much recently, so it's not the end of the world, but this is not going to go well. This dropship is going to go down before I can drop anything. Second dropship is going to go down as well. 3 dropships against none now, and this is not looking good. Now, there is 3 tanks here. That's going to help a little bit, but the counter drop is going to clean this up fairly simple. Okay, we finally have Ziggy defending this base down here, but he needs more Goliaths to stop him just flying into his main. We've got a lot of turrets coming up as well. That's going to help out. We've got the tanks here, which should be in a position to attack this. Diagonals are very, very weird in Brood War, but once again, I'm still so surprised Ziggy never went for a contain. Medinho is now mining from his third gas up here in the top left. And Medinho is in a very, very good spot right now. We've got 4 Goliath or 4 dropships heading around through the map. If Ziggy can find these, he is going to be in such a... Oh my god, he's going to find them. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh, but he doesn't kill it. The Goliaths weren't fully in range. Oh, that is such a problem here for Ziggy. Ziggy going to have to move units back into his main. He's got nothing defending his high ground here. So the dropships could even unload here and start shelling down on additional factories. There's no Charon boosters either by the looks of it for Ziggy, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, this is... I think Medinho has just positionally played this better. Like, I genuinely don't understand how Ziggy can come back from this. He's just going to get further and further behind. There's now tanks shelling his starport. There is going to be tanks shelling his science facility as well, his factories. And meanwhile, Ziggy can't really attack. Let's check the upgrades. It's +2 attack already done for Medinho. +2 attack done for Ziggy as well. So upgrades very good for both players. But if only Ziggy knew about this hidden base. Medinho only actually mining with 1 SCV off of here, which is a little bit of a waste. You should really have 3... Like, the minerals at that base don't really matter. Like, the minerals are kind of, yeah, okay, I can get them. But the gas is what you need. You only have 2 gas mining as Medinho right now. And Ziggy is finally setting up this contain. Now, this is what he needs, but he can't deal with this position. A single Wraith came out and the Goliath killed it. Cloak is done now. The second Wraith is going to pop out. But looks like Ziggy, rather than containing, is going to try and push in. And this is a big, big mistake. Look at the amount of tanks back here defending. He's not going to be able to break this. And he's lost so many units, he's not going to be able to contain either. And oh, mine's going off on the tank as well. I think this could be game over. The Wraith is back here. He's going to be trying to break his way through onto these tanks, but... I mean, Ziggy is giving up his main. Ziggy has lost everything. Medinho has just positionally played this a little bit better. Looks like the Goliath... Oh my god, if only he had the tank still siege here, he'd be able to stop the Goliath. The Goliath is the only thing stopping these Wraiths from clearing everything up. And yeah, Ziggy is going to be able to break onto his high ground, but at what cost? At what cost? Now Medinho getting ready for his base down here at 6, going for the minerals. Still only 1 SCV on gas. He does have a gas bank, but if he had his 3 gases mining, he could be building a lot more tanks, a lot more dropships, and he would be in a winning position already. Now obviously Medinho is ahead. Ziggy, if he can siege in the right places, he does have +2 attack. He can hold on, but he just doesn't have the right positions on the map. Now, does he have enough units down here defending this base? I think he does. Now, he does, of course, have the 3rd gas mining, which is a little bit of a benefit. We've got a lot of units heading down here to the 6 o'clock base. There is a D-Matrix on the front Vulture, interestingly enough. The mine can go off and basically waste the D-Matrix, but there we go. Looks like Ziggy going to try and come in from a different angle. Once again, showing that Ziggy just positionally is not in the right places on the map. Now SCV's being pulled up here to try and kill or try and soak up some of the hits for his tanks. The Wraiths have cleaned up most of the tanks here. The second starport going to go down before the Wraith comes out. The barracks is going to go down as well. I mean, there is another... The Wraith really should have killed the tank rather than the barracks, but I guess that's a little bit of a mistake. The Ziggy, positionally, has been kind of checkmated. He's still got his command center. He's still mining from it. But he can't take his mineral only, he can't really expand again, and he doesn't have enough units anywhere to be able to really do anything. Now if Medinho can win this game, well actually yeah, if Medinho can win this game, iRk are going to win the series. They're not going to be undefeated in games, but they'll still be undefeated in matches. Now, it was unfortunate that we had 2 walkovers, it happens. Cruiser actually apologized profusely to me and said we'll make sure that we add more players and then it won't happen, like we won't be giving any walkovers again. But it's just a bit of a shame. They've had a few players like previous weeks who, like Ziggy is trying to push forward again. I don't understand, you're not going to be able to break this. Ziggy, you're never ever going to be able to break this location. Just set up, like he had so many units, set up a contain. There's no scan game, no. Unfortunately, scan didn't show up. I don't know why, but apparently where it was ASL that day and a bunch of other stuff was going on, I think there was a few problems. And once again, a Wraith's gonna come out and die. Okay, that Goliath, I swear, just did double damage for that final hit. What happened there? Yeah, this is the problem. You try and play overly aggressive with your units, and your army gets completely annihilated. 3-0 against 2-0 as well. Ziggy once again trying to move around. He still never actually found the top left-hand base. I don't know if Ziggy maybe thought he was further ahead, or maybe he thought he was ahead when he wasn't, because he didn't know about the base. But look, he's not even scouted the top left corner. The only thing he knows is his opponent has a command center that's just landed there. Ziggy is probably going to be, like, really, really feeling quite bad after this game. He's not necessarily played bad, he's just played from a position of no information, and he's played in a position where he thought he was further ahead than he actually was. He wasn't actually ahead at all. It happens, TVT can be a cruel mistress sometimes, but also can Brood War in general. But he is going to be able to break this location at the very least, or at least half break it. And he is technically setting up a small contain to stop the top left-hand base from going up, but he doesn't know it's there. Just a lack of information, a lack of scanning, has just caused Ziggy to lose this game, I think. Now you can already see that Medinho has essentially stuff on every other base right now. He's got vultures on some of them, and he's building command centers on 2 of the other ones. This location has been blocked, or has been blown up. Medinho had 100 supply while his opponent Ziggy scanning around trying to see what's happening. But where is Ziggy? Like, is Ziggy not using all his scan energy? Ziggy's not using the scanner. This is the problem. Ziggy doesn't know about this scanner, I think. He's not got it hotkeyed. And without scans, you have no information. You're going to lose TVT, unfortunately. Ziggy can try and push forward, like he wants to break this location, there's absolutely nothing he can do about it. Tanks coming in from behind, getting completely blindsided by a huge amount. GG, Ziggy taps out, Medinho takes the game, and takes the series. 3-1 for iRk. Okay, let's head on over to the results screen. I'm just going to quickly add the final 2 games in, and then give iRk the win. So the final game, unfortunately, was a walkover, same as the first one. Now that's weird. It's because I'm looking at the wrong screen. Here we go. But why is the map names not showing up? What's happened here? This hasn't happened before. What happens if I do that? Nothing. Well, I have no idea what's going on with my overlay, but I'll sort it out afterwards. So that is going to be it for the first series. Oh, I see what's happened. Oh, I've messed up. Hold on, I need to fix this. Okay, so there's only 4 games. The maps haven't shown up because I didn't select all the maps properly. Somehow, it's added all of the games into the database, but the map is wrong, so I'm going to have to sort that one out. But essentially, that is going to be it for the first series of today. I'll be back in about 5 minutes with series number 2. Don't go anywhere. Have a very good 5-minute break, and I'll see you guys soon.
working in the flea market so early. I've been working here since my mama was a baby. Just because the rhythm is slow, that don't mean that you can't flow. In the rain or in the snow,
In the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
got the funk flow, got the
In the rain or in the snow,
in the rain or in the snow,
got the funky flow.
got the funk flow.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly.
All you ever need is to be nice and friendly. All you
Remember, strike it rich, the key is love. Save everybody from way up above. I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
I never dream it would be like these. I am the number one ruler of the 7 seas. The skunk over here will bring you luck.
The skunk over here will bring you luck. The skunk over here will
The pump over here comes with a truck.
the pump over here comes with a the pump over here comes with a
Oh yes, I had a lot of fun. I meet a lot of bucks and now I'm on the run. In the rain or in the snow,
in the rain or in the snow.
got the funky flow.
Got the funky flow.
In the rain or in the snow,
In the rain or in the snow.
got the funky flow.
Got the funky flow.
Let me tell you something that I never told you before. Listen this. I have never sold everything.
I have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything. You have
Money is all you need.
money is all you need. Money
is all you need.
money is all you need.
Your father's gonna be very proud of you. Let me know if you have another flea market. I will help you, or you will help me.
You got that right, teacher. Thanks a lot.
Start doing 3, 2, 1, go.
STP. Okay guys, and welcome back to our second series of today. Starting us off is going to be a ZVZ between Metak and Zoom. It's kind of cool to have a ZVZ to start us off. It means it's going to be pretty quick. But then we've got a PvP between Grast and Fia. Then we've got a TVZ between Letalis and Jesse. And then we have a TVP between Kiko and Flipendo. So, why are there so many people spamming me with wanna buy followers? Like, what are these people doing? That's like the same one in the same guy twice. Well, not the same guy, I banned the other account, but it's the same message twice. Kind of weird. Either way, pretty cool set of matchups here. We've got two mirrors, of course, but I mean, we've got some Terran games. I like Terran games. Yeah, they're bots, but it's just kind of weird. Like, why are all the bots all of a sudden attacking the stream today? Kind of weird, I don't know. But yeah, let's get started with game number one. It is Metak versus Zoom, and it's here on Holy World. Okay, starting us off down here in the bottom right hand corner from Bulgaria, fighting for Sai. It's Metak. And his opponent spawning up here in the top left hand corner in the red, fighting from Poland for CWT. It's Zoom. Also, I'm fairly certain Metak must have made a new Sai ID, and this was the only icon, like, thing that you could find that would fit. Mind Flayer in the Twitch chat is pretty much Mind Flayer in the Twitch chat is pretty much dancing in fire right now, given he just said what good has ever come from Bulgaria, and Lucky Noob as a mod is Bulgarian, so he's dancing on the edge. It'd be like if you turned around and said to Castamuse what good has ever come from Korea. Like, you just get banned immediately. Lucky Noob is kind of more a benevolent. Wait, is benevolent the one where you're like not that bothered? I don't know. Either way, so we have an Overlord coming in first for Metak, so Metak going up to 12 drones. We have the same for Zoom. Zoom is going to go for a 12 pull. Metak, however, is also going for a 12 pull. Both players going for the exact same build, but Metak with like the next level scouting Overlord is scouting cross first. Now, if this happened to someone on ladder, they would definitely call this person a map hacker, but I'm fairly certain Metak is straight up. Cross scouting is pretty friggin' next level. Like, it's so risky to do this with your first Overlord, but it's gonna pay off. Now, it's going to be a while before Zoom sees his opponent. Now, Metak, of course, is going to see his opponent a little bit quicker, and that's going to allow him to know when he has to stop building drones and when he needs to build lings and whatnot. That is the informational advantage you get in ZVZ from getting that first scout. I know that Denzi used to call it being overlorded. I don't know if she still calls it that now, but there we go. We got 6 lings for both players coming out. Both players still pretty much going for exactly the same build, but the only advantage will be Metak's information. Now, this is even better for Mitak. Somehow, Zoom manages to find the second Overlord. So, Mitak knows that Zoom is attacking with his Lings right now. And he is going to move into a position to try and intercept them. Both players are going for Ling speed into lair. So, still exactly the same build for both players. This is such a strange situation to see, because Mitak just has every bit of advantage he could possibly need. But that's not going to work out. Unfortunately, he runs a little bit too far forward, and now Zoom is the one with the advantage. The Lings are not going to be able to get away from here. There's nowhere to run. That is a mineral line. Now, he is going to fall back. He's down in supply now, but, well, he's not actually. He lost Lings, and he's still at the same supply. But that probably means he's had to use some of... No, he's not. He's used the same amount of eggs. So I am very, very confused. Mitak is actually, in spite of losing Lings, ahead in supply. And he gets a great engagement here. Obviously, Zoom is going to get the better engagement in the end, but there's only 4 Lings left over. Can he make something happen with these Lings? It's all or nothing here. Zoom is actually down in drones as well, because Mitak did... Well, he's built his Spire, obviously. But looks like the Lings are going to be caught off guard here, going to get taken down. Mitak still with complete informational dominance here in this game, knowing everything that's coming out of both of the hatcheries. Giving Mitak just that little bit of an edge. He is at a supply disadvantage now, though. It's only 1 supply, but that can make a big, big difference. Both players with a decent number of Lings, but I don't think Mitak's going to be able to break through with these. So yeah, he pulls away. He should really go back and try and defend. It looks like these Lings have kind of stayed alive at the front, but haven't been able to do any damage. But this is the time where Mitak is kind of wanting to not build any more Lings. Wanting to maybe drone up a little bit, and he has done. It's now 12 drones against 9, but 1 drone gets taken down. Second drone is going to fall as well. It's so close to dying. Oh my god, the drone needs 1 hit to die, and there we go. Gets the second drone as well. Those 2 Lings worth their weight in gold. And Zoom is actually going to be taking the drone lead for the first time this game because of that small move. Very, very, very nice micro there on Zoom's part to be able to catch that drone. Nice try by Mitak to keep it alive, but Zoom just with a little bit of an edge there. Now both players' Spires will be finishing up. The first Mutalisks are going to be on the way. Now the one problem with the Overlord positioning for Mitak is he is going to lose both of his Overlords, whereas Zoom is probably going to lose 1. Oh, he may be able to save his Overlord in the bottom left, but it's going to be tough. Looks like the Lings scout around to try and find the Overlord as well. No Mutalisks so far here by Mitak. He has chosen to go for nothing but Scourge, which... This is a weird choice, because now you're going to be behind in the air war from the very beginning. Unless you can get very nice Scourge hits, which are so hard to do, he's going to try and fly in while his Lings are attacking to see if he can get the connections. It means he can't micro very well against the Scourge, but nice moves by Zoom so far. 2 Mutalisks go down though, that's a pretty good move, but he's still got no Mutas himself. It's 3 Mutas against none. All of the A units from Mitak have just died. And Mitak's in trouble. He's now behind a ton in supply, he's got more drones. But that really doesn't matter when you're so far behind in the air war. And I wonder how he's going to be able to deal with this moving forward. Okay, so do we have either player going for +1 carapace? I would doubt it. Yep, no +1 carapace for either player. Mitak is still down in Mutas, still down in air. It's now 3, soon to be 4 Mutalisks against 4 Mutalisks and 2 Scourge, or 5 Mutalisks now and 2 Scourge, so pretty good moves here by Zoom, keeping his supply ahead. But let's see if Mitak can hold on. He's got to try and defend both places at once. He's got a lot of Lings at his natural, which is going to help, but he is down in supply. A drone going down, 2 drones going down in the main. And it looks like the Mutalisks are going to try and fly back to try and defend against this, but Mitak is losing on both fronts here. The Lings have broken the front. The natural is going to fall most likely. At least all the drones have been sent back home. And this is not looking good here for Mitak. Mitak is now no longer mining. He's only just now going to start that back up again. And Mitak is going for an all or nothing attack here. I think he needs to try and do some damage. But while he does that, of course, we do have Zoom coming in from another angle. Going to come in with Lings and Mulists at the same time. This is probably going to be GG. Unless Mitak can make a miracle happen here, the game is over. Looks like one of the Scourge going down immediately, but some of the Scourge connecting, making this a little bit harder. He does manage to pull Zoom's Mutalists away, but these Mutalists need to kill drones. Killing Overlords is not going to help. He has to do basically critical damage with the Mutalists to make this work. He's trying to kill as many Mutalists as he can. Another drone going down, but the Mutalists now caught up. There's so many Scourge. It's 6 against 7, but 1 heavily damaged. And this is a fight he probably can't win. It looks like he's going to try and fight, but I think this is going to be game over. Everything dies immediately for Mitak here. 28 supply, 30 supply against 12. And there's even Lings in his mineral line. The hatchery went down as well. The gas is going to go down as well. Not that that is too inconsequential. But Zoom definitely with the win here. There's nothing Mitak can do. GG. Mitak taps out. Zoom wins. Game number 1. I just realized the audio was playing twice there, my bad. Okay, starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, fighting for CWT in the yellow. It's Fear. And their opponent spawning down here in the bottom middle, fighting for Sai. It's their captain. It's Grassed. Okay, neither player doing anything too weird. Grassed is actually going for a forward pylon, which makes this somewhat interesting. I don't know if he's going to go for like a 2-gate Zealot Rush or something, but I mean, it's not super fast 2-gate. He could just be going for a fast Zealot. Wants to get in as quick as he possibly can. Okay, both players kind of scouting each other here. Looks like it's a Forge for Grassed, so Grassed is actually going for a Cannon Rush. Now, a Cannon Rush isn't something you see often in PvP, but it can work. He won against Castle with a Cannon Rush all the way back in Season 1, if I remember correctly. Now, the first cannon coming up. Wait. Huh? He's not cannon rushing. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, he's cannon rushing behind the minerals. He's going to put a pylon here and then build a cannon in the middle. You can already see that Fear has stopped mining because he knows he has to try and break a probe through to block this. And he does. So this isn't going to work as well as maybe Grass was hoping, but maybe he can break through the probe. Getting it. Oh, he should have just kept fighting. No, there we go. He's going to choose not to. He did stop the mining for a little bit, but that means he is going to have to go for plan B, which is probably an expansion, which is going to put him behind. We've got a pylon coming up behind the minerals here for Fear, just to kind of hold on the best he can. Now, weirdly, Grass is going to build a pylon over here on the right-hand side of the map. Is he going to go for, like, 3 gates here or something? Yep, so the cheese does not end. That was merely the beginning of the cheese. The cheese has become vintage now, and he's going for something else. But Fear is also building a proxy. This is probably going to be a proxy robo, given the fact he is mining gas already. The trouble is, I think Grass is a little bit too far behind now to really make this work. His opponent is already building units. Grass is going to be building nothing but zealots. And Fear knows that there's a cannon at the front, right? The cannon is going to be killed by a Reaver, unless he gets very unlucky. So, well, unless he gets very lucky, I should say. The Reaver would be unlucky. Yeah, it's 3-gate zealot rush from the middle of the map. I don't know whether or not this is going to work. But Mitak in chat saying in best of one, cheese is the best way. I mean, this is some major cheese. This is some La Abuela shit, you know? I'm fairly certain La Abuela did this back when I was doing Clash for Char, and this was when I said he went full Peru. Like, this is that. Like, this is just funny. Like, if this works, give Grass the medal, because this should not work. Like, there is no way in hell this should work, right? Mathematically, surely this is impossible. Micro-wise, surely this is impossible. This Dragoons with surely about to have range, if they haven't already, against just zealots, but oh my god, he catches one of the Dragoons. Oh no, turn the other... Oh, he doesn't turn around. He could have killed the Dragoon. No! That's so unfortunate by Grass. He didn't pay too much attention. But this is so many zealots. Can Fear micro against all of these? It's 3 Dragoons against a lot of zealots. I'm not even trying to count them. But the important thing is the zealot health, the Dragoon health as well. The Dragoon's getting in a position, but the zealot on the high ground, so unbelievably lucky. But he's not attacking all of the same Dragoons with his zealots, so he's not getting the kills, which is really what he needs to do. Gets one of the Dragoons as well. He's also got cannons up here. I thought this was opponent's buildings. So he is gonna... Is he playing Heartbreak Ridge against me? Yeah, Fear is going for a proxy Reaver. I did show that before, but it's still not come out yet. So, not the end of the world, but we've got probes pushing forward as well. Is he going to build a pylon in his opponent's main? Is Grass going to make this work? Grass is building cannons up here still. He's going to make this work, isn't he, somehow? Oh my god, the Dragoon's stuck behind the minerals. He gets it. There's only a single... There's 2 Dragoons left. There's only 1 pylon. If he just focuses the pylon, he can win the game, but he's got to try and kill the Dragoons the best he can. Probes and Zealot trying to take down the Zealots. Looks like the Zealot flood has slowly stopped, but another 4 coming in. He's going to run the Reaver up until the natural. He knows the opponent's got no units down there, so it's not the end of the world, but it looks like he is going for a shuttle as well. He just has to hold. But could Grass have done too much damage? I have no idea how Grass has made this work, but it looks like he has. A pylon coming up in the mineral line. He is going to build cannons here as well. There's so many zealots. There's so many zealots. If he just kills the pylon, it's game over. But he's got nothing at home, technically. He's only got a single cannon, so technically a Reaver could end the game on the other side. He's got nothing that shoots up either. The Dragoons in the mineral line have gone down, but 2 more Dragoons have spawned. There's another 3 Zealots. There's another Zealot here not doing anything. If he could bring this in for the fight as well, he'd be in a very good spot. It's 23 probes against 9. Grass has made this work. It's an absolute miracle that this has worked for him. But Grass has nothing that can shoot the shuttle down. The only trouble is, Grass can't shoot the shuttle down, but then the Reaver can't realistically take out all of these buildings. He's not going to have any money for scarabs. He's lost all of his mining. Does he have any scarabs at all? He only has enough scarabs. Like, he's probably only got 5 scarabs right now, and he's not mining. He's not cancelling this either, so he can't build scarabs. And he oh my god, Grass is going to win with nothing but zealots. This is insane. Here comes the Reaver, he's got 5 scarabs. But it doesn't matter. He can't rebuild anymore. Grass has saved most of his probes. Oh my god, one of the scarabs bugs as well. The thing is, if he could have somehow killed all of Grass's probes, he could win the game. Because, well, technically he could draw the game, I guess. No, he couldn't. He couldn't, because his buildings would all die. Yeah, Grass has money for a Nexus as well. Oh my god, he built the Nexus in his opponent's main. Oh my god. Grass is evil. Evil man. Building a Nexus, expanding to his opponent's main. Oh my god. Oh, Grass, you are such a dirty player, man. Okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with game number 3. Don't go anywhere.
Mission 1, start. Thank you. Heavy machine gun. Thank you. Heavy machine gun. Okay. Thank you. Enemy chaser. Heavy machine gun.
Okay guys, welcome back. We are going into our next game here. It's a TVP, not a TVZ like my overlay says. You know what? If I don't put the locations in, it doesn't say what race they are, so it's fine. I just need to reload the overlay after this game, so between game... I'll do... I can fix it at the end of the stream, that's fine. Now, Grast, I may have said that I don't mind PvP, but it doesn't mean I want you to play a like hour-long PvP for no reason. Like, if you're gonna win, go for the win, man. Every game counts. Okay, Jessie starting with a pylon in her main. Latalis playing fairly standard so far as well, just building his units in the base. I mean, after the last game, I'm not really sure what to expect in this series. This seems like it might be a fast one. Every game has had some very weird kind of like early aggression. So I do wonder if that's going to continue as we move forward in the series, or if something's going to change. Not too sure, but I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later. It is TVP. It's kind of difficult to be super cheesy. Well, actually, in PvT, it's very easy to be cheesy, but not when you build a pylon in your main base. Jesse saying, "Grust, see, you can build a pylon in your main." That's kind of funny. Okay, Jesse going for a 12 next at the mineral only. Now, that makes it very difficult for Terran to punish with a Vulture Marine all in, or Marine push. So that should be fine. But Vulture Marine can still break. Now, will Latalis scout this? It's quite difficult to say. He's going to be scouting the wrong way to begin with. Okay, this might hurt Latalis a little bit as well. His second depot, it works for a wall, but later on when you're trying to fit gateways in your base, that is completely in the way. Like, you really want to build your depots up here on this map to begin with. It can make it a little bit more awkward for the SCVs, but I think you can build I think you build like 8 depots here, and then you build the rest in the third. Because the mains in this map are kind of a weird shape. But it looks like Latalis is just going to be playing this fairly standard. 2 gates, 4 Jess. After a gas, very standard follow-up to a 12 next. Core coming in as well. Now, Latalis still with no scout on their opponent. The Marine is actually the first unit to scout up here. Could even get the probe. Looks like the probe going to run past. Now, funnily enough, the Marine is not going to go and scout. So, he's seen both other bases now. So he does know where Jess has spawned at the very least. But another 2 Marines coming out here. Looks like he wants to put on a little bit of pressure with a Marine. Possibly Vulture as well. Yeah, looks like Marine Vulture is going to be the order of the day here. But no, he's going to stop at 4 Marines. He's not going to push in. And this is such a weird game to begin, or to start us off with. This is 4 Marines. A Vulture is going to be pushing as well. But is he just going to push? There is a Zealot here already, so the Marine shouldn't really do anything. But Latalis still doesn't know about the base. He just knows there's 2 gateways. He knows there's only 2 Zealots, so should know from the gateway timing there should be a Nexus somewhere. But he hasn't seen it to confirm. Now, looks like this is going to be an all-in. Marine, Vulture, SCV all-in. Not all-in, he's pulling a lot of SCVs though, so he has to do damage. Second Vulture is on the way as well. The SCV in the main base is alive, so he does know how to deal with this. He doesn't know how many units there are, but is there going to be enough micro from the side of Latalis to be able to take down Jess here? The first SCV going to go down, but Jess doesn't know this is coming. All of a sudden, Jess is going to see a load of SCVs enter into her vision. A lot of the Marines are actually sat on top of the Zealots. I don't really agree with this. I don't think this is going to work out very well. Looks like the Dragoon's going to be taking a little bit of damage from the SCVs, but so many SCVs have fallen already, and Jess should have held this. Yeah, GG. The Vultures, I don't think, ever made it. Am I imagining it? I just want to go back a bit and just watch that again, because it feels to me like the Vultures just never came. Yeah, there was only 1 Vulture. The second Vulture just stayed out. The first Vulture died immediately. Oh, Latalis is going to feel bad about that. If he had all of his Vultures there, he could have probably won. That was a bit of a mistake. Okay, that's going to be it for game number 3. Very fast game again. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with game number 4.
Alright, we're here, just sitting in the car. I want you to show me if you can get far. Step on the gas. Step on the gas. Step on the brakes. Step on the brake. Now step on the gas. Step on the gas. When I say boom, 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 you say bam, bam, bam. No pause in between. Come on, let's jam.
Do you know why I stopped the ad? Yes. What? I'm starting the game. And I've forgotten all of my key bindings. There we go. Starting us off in the top right hand corner in the orange, fighting for CWT, it is Flipendo. And I've just messed up the colors here, but we don't talk about that, it's fine. I think this is 5, I think this is 1. And starting us down here in the bottom right hand corner in the pink, fighting for Kiko. Fighting for Sai. Oh my goodness, I have one job. I have one job to do and I keep messing it up. It's so simple. All I have to do is just read the name on the screen. And that is incredibly difficult, okay? Don't hate me. But it's Kiko fighting for Sai. Okay, so once again, TVP. This time, the same thing. Although there's no 12 next coming in for Flipendo here. Pretty normal scout timing from Kiko. Flipendo playing very greedy, not scouting it at all. Flipendo, I think, doesn't actually know Tau Cross, so this could be a pretty easy win for Kiko if he plays the map well. Flipendo building his first gateway a mile away from his front. And he did ask for the bases in the corner, so I'm wondering where this probe is going to go. Like, I do understand, I think that Flipendo may have subbed in for someone. But it would be good if people just looked at the minimap before the game. I get if you sub in, you're not necessarily going to prepare for the map. Now, is Kiko going to build a bunker here? If he builds a bunker and just rushes, that would be absolutely next level. No, he's not going to do that. Realistically, building a bunker there at this point is not really worth it, but he is going to be able to get the probe. Are we just going to see the same build? He's got the factory, he's not building the command center yet. I think he's just going to push with Marines and SCVs and a Vulture. I think this game is about to end. He's not mining more gas. He's just... Oh, wait, never mind. He is going to build his command center for some reason. Okay, a little bit late. A little bit of a weird choice. He did pull his Marines back as well. For some reason, I just thought we're doing it again. Like, why not? Let's just keep going with the most aggressive builds possible. Make this the fastest possible stream, which, to be honest... Given my low energy today is probably a good thing. I don't think my energy has been too bad. It's not as bad as the day where my literal brain broke. Now, if Kiko can win this game, we are going to go to an ace match. If Flipendo wins, CWT wins. So hopefully, Kiko's going to actually edge this one out, because it would be nice to see an ace match for this for once this week. Now either Flipendo was lying about not knowing the map, or Protoss is just really strong, because he's pushing forward. Kiko is somehow These are the luckiest Marines in the world. Okay, now they're all gonna die. They did way more damage than they should have done. Like, he wasn't ever getting the hits on the same Marines every time, which is somewhat surprising, but he actually cancelled his Vulture. Wait, no he didn't. There's a Vulture in the main base. Oh my god, I'm so blind. 11 kills, 12 kills, 13 kills, 14 kills. Oh my goodness. I am so blind. I'm like, well, he got a tank. He must have cancelled his Vulture. And I look in the top right, and everything is dead. There we go. Kiko wins. It's an ace match. Lucky Noob saying I'm hiding Tasagi crimes. I'm hiding the war crimes of Terran. Killing all these innocent probes. But there we go. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, welcome back. We are here for the ace match between Sai and CWT. Every game so far is finished before 10 minutes. Can we break it? Starting us off here in the top right hand corner, fighting for Sai, it's Kiko. And spawning down here in the bottom left hand corner of Judgment Day, in the blue, fighting for CWT, it's Julia. Okay, so TVZ, first one of the series so far. Could this mean we'll have a long game? Wait, did I forget to add the win? I forgot to add the win. Let's add the win, and then let's update the overlay. Thank you for pointing that out, I didn't even realize. So we just need to add the colors as well. Done. Okay, Kiko building his barracks in his base. And 9 pull coming in from Julia. Was this an... Is this... No, this isn't an overport, right? I need to pay more attention to Zerg builds. Okay, interestingly, Julia is expanding to the mineral only rather than his gas, which means he's probably going to go into a fast third hatchery. Kiko just playing a very normal bio style, not opening any gas or anything. Drone scouting as well as Julia. This drone will get not taken down. Oh, he's actually going to gas steal. Okay. It is going to keep the drone alive. It's going to stop Kiko from taking any gas. But by this point, you would have your gas already as Terran, so you're not actually delaying anything as Julia by doing this. Like, Kiko doesn't need his gas right now. But, of course, there is Lings on the way. It was a 9 pool. No gas, though, so no speed. So Kiko is going to have to rely on building this bunker and defending it. He's got to build his base and defense it. And yeah, you're losing the drone as the Zerg here, so... Terran has actually lost nothing from this. Yeah, there's two SCVs that are mining, but it's not a big deal. The bunker's not finished, though. He didn't finish the bunker. Okay, I'm very confused on why he didn't bother finishing the bunker, but I guess maybe he thought he could hold without it, and he can. There we go. That was actually a really nice defense. I thought you would need the bunker, but that was really clever. Saved himself some money. Julia is now going into his third hatchery as I said he would. He's got his gas coming up as well. Lots of drones spawning, but of course Julia's in a bad spot right now. Now if this was me, I would have died to the Lings, so I'm not really sure how the game goes after this point. But Kiko definitely with an advantage. Kiko going to be able to expand on location if he wants to. Sending out his SCV to scout as well to see what his opponent's doing. Creep colony's coming in, but the Sunken shouldn't finish before the SCV can get past it, so he will get scouting information. Kiko obviously going to see that the fact there's a Sunken coming up, no, not to bother to go into any Vulture or anything like that. Oh, the SCV gets caught off guard, he doesn't know about the third base. Jesse in chat saying weird map. This map is not that weird. Now, more Lings coming in. We've got more drones coming in as well, so Julia is looking to take this into a more standard game. He's got his lair coming up as well, so we're going to see a Spire fairly soon after, most likely, when it finishes. Kiko getting ready to expand up here, just sending some Marines up there just to double check what's going on. Engineering Bay coming up as well. Now Kiko is actually going in to either a starport here or mech play behind this, which is kind of weird given the fact he did get gas stole at the beginning of the game. It almost feels like going bio here would be better, but maybe he knows something about Julia that I don't. Julia could be going Lurker, for instance, and in which case a factory play is actually better. We've got an armory coming into it. It's going to be mech. Mech against Julia. Let's see how this is going to go. Another SCV coming out, try and scout. For whatever reason, he decides to turn around. I think he was trying to bait the Lings in, but doesn't quite manage to do it. But mech on this map is very good. You can defend your bases very easy with a lot of tanks. So ground is kind of not very good here against Terra Mech, given the fact you can get 3 bases. You only get 2 gases, but still you get the extra minerals. Double armory actually from Kiko as well, so he is going Mega Mech. He is going to look to get 3-3 as quick as humanly possible and see what's going to happen here. Spire coming up here at the natural, which of course Kiko does not know exists yet, but Kiko is preparing for Muteless anyway. Now, Julia, by going for that weird Ling push at the beginning, has delayed his Spire a lot. He's also overbuilt Sunkens, or overbuilt Creeps, because he doesn't know what his opponent's doing. Now, Julia's going to get into the natural here The Marines should be able to move in behind this to stop this, but seeing the engineering bay floating should mean he'll know the fact that it is a mech build. But going mech from this situation is so weird. Grass saying in Twitch chat that he wants Rosenbridge to come back again. Says he really hopes to see it again. The only way I'd bring... I wanted to bring Rosenbridge back, but I was going to ask the map maker, whose name I have forgotten, to make it so you could only spawn on the island and have it as a 2-player map. I think that would work if in that case, but yeah, having island versus non-island... I don't know, I felt like the people playing non-island were playing wrong a little bit, because they were kind of working on the fact that their opponent might be on ground with them rather than just assuming that their opponent was on the island, and it meant the games were kind of weird. But Mio's coming into the main now, getting a couple of SCVs here, but they are trapped in the corner right now. Looks like the Goliath's trying to get into a good spot. Charon boosters is done. The Goliaths do a bit of damage here, which is what Julia needs. They're going to lose another Mutilus here to a... Oh, there's so many Mutilus. They're so low. Another 2 Mutilus go down. Can he get a third? Looks like it's going to go down. The third doesn't go down here. But the Mutilus heavily damaged. Not too much damage done. And Kiko's going to be feeling pretty good about that. Now, somehow, this SCV is stuck. Why it can't run past here, I have no idea. But there we go. Now the Mutilus trying to get round from another angle. Base coming up in the top left-hand corner. It looks like we're going to get past the 10-minute mark this game. And that is a relief. We've got double upgrades almost finished though, so we are going to have a big timing opportunity here for Kiko. But he's only got 2 factories. 2 factories is not enough to break a Zerg. Lucky Noob in chat saying he's torn. Julia's Zerg, but Kiko is Bulgarian. But he's also Terran. Lucky Noob can't choose who to cheer for. To be honest, I think Julia is probably someone with more anti-fans than fans in the scene, I would say. Julia is definitely one of the more infamous players in the foreign scene over the past like 5-10 years or something. Maybe even longer, I don't even know. I just know that Julia has a very bad reputation. And whenever I've played him, he's always BM'd me. Like, I've only played him like twice, and he BM'd me twice, so... confirmation bias maybe, but... looks like the Mutilus gonna try and come back in again. Kill the SCV. Now, plus 2-2 is not started yet. 2-1 is started, 2-2 started now as well. Now, Kiko is playing this so strange. She's just playing super turtly, and I kind of get it. But I also kind of feel like he needs to do something. Because the one benefit you have as Terran is you can push before the Zerg's third gas is done. But I don't think he has the factory count to be able to push. And he's going into 2-2, which is going to make his units incredibly strong. But he's going to find it very difficult to move out and secure a third gas himself. Okay, the Mutilus trying to come back in again. Still not that many Mutilus back here. We've actually got the Hive already done. Defiler Mound is already done as well. And Defilers are kind of like the be-all and end-all for Zerg. Because once you hit Defilers, it's so hard to push as Terran. Even if you've got like 1,000,000 tanks. Because tanks only do splash damage under Swarm. So, it can be hard. It can be very, very hard to actually be able to win from there. Lucky Noob saying only splash with only in air quotes. But what can Terran do versus Lurker if they go underground? What can they do? What can they do versus Lurker, man? I don't understand. Now, once again, Julia running into a very bad place. The timing for a 2 base push from Terran as mech is when the Zerg is getting their 3rd gas, and he's already missed that timing. So he is going to have to be careful. He's probably waiting for 2-2 though, because 2-2 is very almost done. He's got a lot of Goliaths, so his Marines are actually getting in the way, so his Goliaths are kind of getting a little bit stuck. Looks like you can go for 1130 for +2, but it looks like he has missed that timing. This is the problem. Look at this broken unit. Look at it, it's underground. You can't do anything against it when it's got this orange cloud over it. It's too much. Look at this. You can't do anything against the lurker. And he's got another swarm. Like, he's just got infinite swarm over here. Now, Julia has a 4th gas as well. Kiko has to make something happen or he's going to lose the game. Like, he can't just sit back. Oh my god. Double kill. Great timing. Now, he's got a Defiler, or he's got an Irradiate. But he genuinely can't deal with Swarm. He's got no units that can deal with Swarm. None. Julia, I'm gonna be the one to say this. It's actually Julia's game to lose now. He is so far ahead. The Goliaths are gonna try and run out here. Another swarm comes down. The Goliaths are so screwed right now. The lurkers are under swarm, so they can't be damaged unless they kind of group up. But there we go. Looks like they can be damaged if you lift them out. But, okay, so there's 4 lurkers here. The SCVs are trying to run away. The first... What killed the lurker? Well, the Goliath must have. Yeah, this is not going well for our Terran hero. He's going to try and push, but there's so many Sunkens. And he's not pushing with all of his Goliaths at once, so, yeah, I think Julia may have won the game with this move. He's got to try and kill the lurkers before the turret dies, so he doesn't make it. Okay, somehow he has vision over that. I genuinely don't know how he had vision there. I'm guessing this turret was just in range. Yeah, how does Kiko deal with Julia now? His economy is too good. He's on 5 base. He's got 4 gas. He's building a 6th gas. Terran has no units to push with, and no 3rd base opportunities. This is actually a very important match as well. And oh no, one of the vessels goes down as well. Kiko asleep at the wheel a little bit here. Oh, this is so rough. Plague on the single vessel as well. This is rough. This is so rough. If Kiko can win this game, it would take an absolute miracle. And it looks like he wants to repair the... Is he going to repair the vessel? Repairing the vessel would be a pro move. Now he's got a lot of mines. Mines are the great equalizer. But you need the mines to connect. And that is the trouble. It's very, very hard to do that. But yeah, mech does have more problems like defending the vessels. We've got a nice repair coming in. I do love to see this. Lots of tanks, so it's going to be hard for Julia to push in. But no vulture speed just yet. He's building nothing but vultures right now, trying to find some damage. Vultures heading up to the top left hand corner. They will be killed by the lurkers as they run by, especially without speed. Did Kiko see the... Kiko didn't see the other gas either. It's going to be 7 gas. Oh my god. Julia's just like, I'm going to eat all the mines. I'm so far ahead, I don't care. He deliberately runs all of his army into mines. And Kiko is going to even up the supply a little bit here. But Kiko is so far behind. Now lots of vultures here at the front. Oh, the mines! Okay, nice mines. Nice mines. Vulture speed is done. If he can get up here to the top right and kill the drones, he'll be in a good spot. The trouble is, he doesn't know about the extra bases. He's going to try and run in. He runs into the base while the Hydra's defending it as well. Mine getting laid down. Nice target firing by Julia. Well, this is going on. A third base is being taken up here in the right-hand corner. A fourth base even. The really, he should just kill this Hydra at this point. But he is going to get the drones at this base at the very least. Now he attacks the Hydra. While this is going on, the vessels are going to fly out and probably go for a irradiate. Oh no, don't lose the tank. Now Marin is the problem. When the Lurker is underground, the Marin cannot do anything. When it's under Swarm as well, it's rough. Now I'm hoping we get a really big mine. I want to keep an eye on this mine, just in case he like runs a lot of units into it and they die. Now we've got a drop coming in. There was a queen. He's going for an infest. He's going for an infest. Is he going to be able to get it? It's really tough. A lot of the vessels going down. The tank is in a lot of trouble here. Irradiate going down on the Ultra, which is going to help clean this up. He's not going to get the infest at the very least. He has secured his third base and his third gas, but it's still 7 gas against 3. I'm not very good with numbers, but so many vessels just died as well. Both players are supply blocked, but Julia with his million hatcheries can build like 50 overlords at once if he wants to. Now Kiko is going to try and do his best to hold on. The mineral only is going to come up here as well. I can't believe he was going to go for an infest and we didn't get it. But, could go in for another drop. Now Julia, the one problem he... Oh my goodness, here we go. Lurker drop on the right hand corner, only killing 2 of the... Oh my god, that is the world's luckiest SCTV. How does he mine the gas? How? How is it alive? It's gonna survive again. The Lurker's not... Oh, there we go, it died. And it lost 5 gas as well. Looks like we are going to have another drop possibly coming into the bottom right. A vessel and a defiler. No, a defiler and a lurker even. But that's going to go down. But look at this! Oh, he saves it! And there's nothing he can do! You can't do anything about this! Okay, we had a parasite on something. What did he parasite? Like, parasite the vessel. Yeah, I mean, this game is pretty much done. Kiko did well. Like, he tried his best. But there's no way he can beat Julia. Like, there's just no way. Like, he's so far behind. I don't think he knows about the... Yeah, he doesn't know about the top right. He just never scouted for it either. I love this. He drops it, puts the swarm down, and then flies away. Yeah, there is very, very little Kiko can actually do here to win this game, I think. Oh, he irradiates the queen. I hope Lucky Noob was ready because the queen just went to 69 health. Yeah, but Julia's at 88 drones. And that's when you start seeing some serious shit if Back to the Future showed anything. Like, 88 miles per hour, 88 drones. Single vulture comes in here, does go to... Oh, he kills a drone with it, nice. Nice mine. Oh my god, I've just realized Julia has every other base on the map. He's got so many drones, even if, like, Kiko sits there and kills a million, it doesn't matter. Julia is so unbelievably far ahead. He should push and try and take this base, but it's going to be difficult, that's the problem. Everything is going to be so hard right now. We're going to have another Overlord drop over here into the third base, which is barely mining as well, and I think this is going to be the nail in the coffin. Every other base on the map is taken by Zerg. It's like watching a campaign mission, right? There's so much Zerg on the map. Now, there's no Defiler here, so he is going to hold on to his base this time. Gets a nice mine as well. Now, could you imagine if somehow Julia gets tilted and leaves the game? That's the only way Kiko can win this game now. Like, I hate to be mean, but he's so unbelievably far behind. I mean, if he keeps walking into mines like that, he will eventually lose. But... oh, mine! Oh, it doesn't land. Damn. Oh my goodness. It's the Royal Air Force of Guardians coming over here. The Queen died, so he's coming back for vengeance. And this is going to end the game. There's so many tanks defending this base, which is great, but unfortunately, tanks can't shoot air. And this would be where you play like the... oh, what's the name of that? The Ride of the Valkyries. That one, yeah? Great timing on the name of the song, but there we go. Looks like the Goliath's going to clean everything up. We've got vessels coming in for Swarm, but unfortunately he can't kill everything. And there's so many other bases on the map. Even if all these Goliaths go down, there is going to be no Saigon for these Guardians, but they have definitely won the war. We've got another load of Guardians pushing in the front. Now the only thing I can see happening here is Julia getting tilted, but I don't know. I think Kiko is going to have to leave the game at some point. He's done his best. I mean, Guardians are garbage. Guardians are so bad. But Julia's so far ahead, it doesn't even matter. And he's out repairing the guy. Oh no, he's not. Okay. Okay, I mean, this is going to be it. Look at just how many Zerg units are coming across the map. He's even got random ultras just sitting around. GG, Kiko taps out. Julia wins game number 4, game number 5 even, and wins the series 3-2 for CWT. Okay, so just to recap the results, Zoom beat Mitak in game number 1, Grassed won over Fear with the weirdest PvP build I've ever seen. Then Jesse beat Latalis, holding off the all-in in a very, very good manner. Latalis unfortunately got some of his vultures stuck when he didn't realise, but I think either way Jesse had held that. Kiko won over Flipendo, which is an incredible name by the way, Flipendo. I don't know if it means anything, but there we go. And then Julia beating Kiko in game number 5, clutching it out for his team, getting CWT one of their first wins in the tournament so far. So, thank you very much everyone who did tune in. It's been a wonderful pleasure to be able to cast for you today. It's gonna give me time to now go back and like do absolutely nothing in VR for a few hours before going to bed, so I'm gonna go do that. If you want to support the tournament, you can do so on Matrino. By adding the code, or you can click the claim code button, and that will allow you to have money completely for free, or you can actually donate to the prize pool there as well. The links are now in chat. I'm going to post it in Restream's chat as well to YouTube as well in case you want to help out. But you can also support the SCTPL on Patreon. You can get access to all of the replays from the SCTPL so far, or even just the replays from this season. If you want to pay for the lower tier, and there's some other stuff you can get as well. But thank you everyone who supports the SCTPL. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. We've had the highest number of viewers we've had for a while, so it's been really good to have you guys here. I am going to find someone to raid, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. We're going to have another 2 sets coming your way. It's going to be Red versus DM and Naz versus Wiko. Going to be pretty good. See you guys there. If you're watching this, you're watching the STPL. Hopefully you've been enjoying what you've seen so far. If you want to help me make more STPL content to bring more tournaments to you, please support us on Patreon, which you can find up here. And also, there's so many different things you can get through Patreon. One of the main and one of the easiest ones to get is, of course, access to all of the replays of the STPL so far. We've had some amazing games, such as some of the games you can see just over here.